Hello everyone, it's System here, and this is SkyFactory 4. Hope you're all, well, having an amazing day. I myself, well, I'm having a pretty good one. So, in between episodes, I did not do a ton. I did a little bit of stuff here, a little bit of crafting, just trying out some of the Overdrive items that I haven't really seen yet. One of them was this, it was the Scientist Data Pad. Pretty cool little item. It is just, it's a book, basically. So, it is a book. It gives you information about the kind of mod here. You kind of look around, see what it gives you info on. It does not give you info on everything, so a lot of this stuff, like nothing. On the wiki, this actually has some information that the wiki doesn't, and then it doesn't have information that the wiki has. So it's a little confusing. Like right down here, it has this item, a dimensional pylon. I don't even know what that's for. And on the wiki, I don't think it had information about that either. But it's associated with power, so it has to be kind of interested. I knew there was solars, but yeah, I have no idea. It also kind of shows you the setup for the Matter network. So Matter Overdrive has AE, kind of like it's like Project E, but it's done with machines. It's nowhere near as powerful. But basically you can take items that have mass on them, process them, and then turn them into other items. So yeah, it's kind of like that. And you have to get recipes. It's a lot more work than Project E. So it's like a more balanced version of Project E, basically, which is pretty cool, but we won't be using this pack. Really not a use. We have more powerful ways of producing materials. It also tells you about the reactor, which is pretty cool. So if you want to just know how to set it up, it is right here. You can read this. It actually tells you about the matter decomposers right here as an option to put them right there as well. And yeah, just really useful. Just if you just want to get your reactor going and get that going. So I thought I'd show that. Pretty cool, pretty awesome. Like I said, just wanted to try it out there. Down here, I tried this machine too. This is the charging station from Matter Overdrive. When I first made this thing, it confused me too, because I took my weapon, I was just like, this is going to charge it up. It didn't at all. It actually drained the power of it. This is like a battery slot. It is actually wireless charging. It's only 8 range. You can add range upgrades, but I didn't bother. Just, little wireless charging station. Just thought I'd show it because I did craft it. We're not going to be using it though. Over here, went ahead and made this here. This is another one of these holographic signs. Found out that you can actually like write messages on them. You can like change stuff. You can set them redstone, like weird little settings on it. I think you can actually connect several of them. I saw that in the book here. I didn't really see how to do it. Like I think you can do like a line of them. Yeah, there's somehow to like do a line of them, which is pretty cool. So you could like label out your base and stuff with them. So that is pretty neat. Last one here is this. Actually, it's not the last one. But here's another one. It is the contract station, I think it's called. No, contract market. And this one's actually pretty neat here. So this one actually gives you quests. So we have like different quests here. Every 2 hours it gives you one. It says kill 28 rogue androids. I did this one. I went to the nether. I killed 28 of these guys. Gave me like 1,240 experience. So basically these are quests that give you experience. And we actually have one here for a transporter, which I can just kind of go ahead and grab that. Opens it up, tells you a little bit of information here, and then you just go accept. And you can read the little information there. But it pops up on the screen. It says, is it really me? And I've actually gone ahead and made one of these transporters here. These things are nifty too, actually. They're kind of like a direct ripoff from Star Trek's transporter system. But basically, I have it set to just take us, I think, a floor up. If I stand on this right now, it just kind of makes a cool sound. Gives us little particle effects. And then we just got a quest done. 120 experience just for that one. I mean, it's pretty simple. And yeah, just a pretty neat little system there, right? So just a cool little system. And it just gave you some range upgrades. So you get like a random reward too. Like this data pad. I didn't actually craft this thing, I don't think. I think I got that when I did the rogue one. So I think you just get like random loot. So technically, I could do this, right? There you go. Kind of curious now. Oh, how far does it go? Oh, they're not on my bar. Oh yeah, it changes. I'm not used to this interface yet. Anyway, here, right there, upgrades. Oh no, okay, there we go. So a lot more power usage, but way more range. Still not even that big a deal, but pretty cool. It has a lot of real neat items that are just nifty, right? I want to show one more thing here too with Matter Overdrive, just in case this one might be useful to people if they're setting up. Where do I have those now? Downstairs. Setting up the reactor here. Let's go to Lost Cities. You can actually destroy the anomalies, and I'll show you how here. Kind of head here. Not that one. I kind of need it. I destroyed my one ahead down there just to test it, but I guess we'll go to this one here. Go down to it. So if you get one of these, you get it kind of out of control and you don't want it in your world anymore, just grab another star, throw it, and bam, it just destroys them. Takes them out of your world, and then it can't destroy blocks anymore. So yeah, do not try to feed them nether stars into them for mass, because you're just going to take it out of your world and then, yeah, destroy your little portal there, which is pretty cool. Gives you an option to kind of get them out of your world, because otherwise they're unbreakable. But anyway, that is pretty cool, pretty awesome. What we're going to get into today, I think, is going to be starting auto crafting with AE2. So we're going to get into all of that jazz. Probably get everything auto crafted up to this point. So we have all the materials we need to kind of push forward. And anytime we want to do anything with AE2, we can just craft up the items and just proceed, right? So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, let's get to that. And okay, let's go ahead and start auto crafting here. The first thing we're actually going to auto craft is going to be these here, the processors. So we set up kind of like hands-on automation early on. We're now going to do on-demand kind of crafting, where we can just kind of request it to come to the system. It'll be sweet and legit. So what we're going to need here is some of these crafting units. So let's go ahead and grab 4. These are just like base crafting materials. Then we're going to go ahead and grab some of these coprocessing units. So we're going to go ahead and get 2 of those. Let's do that. Then we're going to immediately go ahead and make some of these 4K crafting storage. I'll explain them in a second here. Just need to make about 6 of those. Let's grab you. Then go ahead and grab, I need to actually make the 16K, sorry, the 4K components there. Then we'll grab the actual crafting storage. There we go. And probably you as well. And there we go. These are basically a multi-block. You can make them quite large. They have to be square or rectangular in shape. Can't remember the max size, but honestly, you don't need them very big, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. But to set these up is really easy. Where do I want to set them up? Maybe over here or something. Let's go like right there. There we go. Then put one on this side. And we're going to set up 2 separate CPUs right now, so we can actually do like 2 things at once. But when I take down the coprocessor and then throw down the crafting storage, they multi-block. And yeah, they just work in tangent, right? So they work together. What the storage does, it basically is a brain. It's like a CPU for a computer. So it just does all the thinking, right? It makes it so the crafting is possible. Now the coprocessors make it so it can do more simultaneous tasks. So I think it adds 3 to the number. I can't remember if this does 3 or 4 by default, but this will make it so the auto crafting can do up to like 6 simultaneous crafting tasks at a time. And the 4K basically just the level of the complexity of the recipe. So as you go, you have to get to the higher ones, right? Like all the way up to 64K if you get into really complex recipes. So that is kind of how that works there. But they'll just sit up there. That's all they need to do. Why did I have cable right here? Let's pull you off. Let's get you off. The next thing we're going to do here is actually set up auto crafting. We're still going to need a couple things here. We're going to need, let's see here. We're going to need a interface. Let's grab one of them. There we go. And we're also going to need a importer, right? So let's go ahead and grab an importer. Import bus right there. That looks good. And that should be effectively everything you need. I did create an Enderchest. It's on a white channel, so it's its own unique channel. But that's going to make this really easy to do. So what I'm going to do is go down to our original setup, break the chest, throw down a Enderchest, and that's going to be where the items kind of come into the system. Now, how I'm going to get the items in here is going to be from this other Enderchest, and this is where we're going to actually do the automation. So basically what I'm going to do is probably come to, like, it doesn't even matter, like right here. Go ahead and grab that interface. Go like that. Pop it down on the back of the chest. Use this wrench here. By default, these things, they kind of output items to any side. And this is what this does. This interface basically moves items around. And items get pumped back into it. It can go back into the system. So they're kind of like, they work in both directions. But yeah, definitely a thing. But we're just going to hit on the back. So it only pulls, or I should say, pushes into this inventory. So if I put a chest here, I don't have to worry about it. Now on the back of it here, all we're going to do is grab that importer. Let's do that there. And then you got to remember there's a line of cable back there, right, of this fluix. It's just covered. But we're going to put in a import bus. And we need one more item here. Then we have to actually make the patterns. And this is actually going to be almost done here. And we'll be able to just craft these on demand. We'll need a capacity card. Let's go to capacity. Yeah, these ones right here. Sweet. Let's go ahead and grab that. Head back down and go in here. We just need to set a filter. So basically right now, when we do a recipe, it's going to send all the materials over there once we make the patterns. It's going to send in redstone, silicon, then either gold, diamond, or the pure nether that it needs to do the recipes. Now, if I don't tell this to only pull out the finished product because of the way we have it set up, it's not going to work. It's just going to pull out, say, the redstone and mess everything up. So I'm just going to set the filter so it can only pull out the finished product, and then we don't have to worry about it anymore. So effectively, we're already done. All we have to do is drop these off, get rid of them, and we're going to have to set a couple patterns. So let's actually go make some patterns first. The patterns are super simple. Let's go ahead and grab that. We will have to automate that glass. We're going to have to automate fluids as well. What else are we going to have to automate? Crush quartz. This could be another thing, but not right this second. We'll do that in a little bit. But the patterns are super easy. Just pop them down. Then there's two kind of patterns. So there's crafting patterns. So if I wanted to, say, make a, a crafting table, for instance, I would do it here. And we need another machine called the molecular assembler. We'll get to that in a few minutes. But if you want to do a machine pattern, which is what we're doing, we're automating the machines that actually make the processors. We want to auto processing. So I'm just going to tell this pattern exactly what it needs. So I'm just going to do that, that, and that. And I forgot to keep my processors on me. So let's do that real quick. I need to keep one of each just to be able to tell it what the output is, because it's not very smart. You literally have to tell this thing, hey, this, and this makes that, right? So we're basically teaching the system what to do. So that is wrong. This is right. There you go. You just click this little down arrow. You'll get your pattern. You kind of hold shift here. It shows you what it's going to turn into. And then I just need to kind of switch it up, right? So I go, oh, that'd be wrong. It would be here, right? Then that would be the output. Bam, there's our other processor. And then the last one would be the engineering. Grab a diamond and done. So there's our recipes. And all we have to do with those recipes now is go up here. And we just pop them into this machine. So let's put a pattern here. I believe you can shift them in too. And that's pretty cool. You can also access all these. So I'll take that other one here from here. So you can see here it's pointing at an Enderchest. I could have named that. You can actually take those interfaces and rename them. And then you'll be able to tell them exactly what they're doing. But I don't usually do that. It's not really that big a deal. But since we have this interface terminal, I can actually interface with anything that can hold patterns and just put them in right here, which is pretty cool as well. But basically what we can do right now, so if I wanted some processors, I know we get a bunch of them here, but if I hit the, if you have items here, like if I actually take these out, right, so pop that out, it'll actually say craft. But if you want to just craft more, right, I think it's just shift and middle click, right? Is that what it is? Is that what I did? Let's go do crafting for a second. Craftable, yeah, shift middle click. I can say, hey, make one of these puppies. It tell you whether or not you have enough stuff. You can also choose which CPU it's going to use, but it doesn't matter. We're just going to leave it automatic. And then it should start making that stuff. And that is pretty awesome. And go over here, go to crafting status, kind of watch it, right? So it's doing it. It's doing its stuff. It was running a bunch of machines. You would see a lot going on here right now, but it's only doing the one. But you can see there, it did the processor, no problem. And that's how you do auto crafting with a machine. That is super simple. And we're going to take that further. But yeah, let's get to that. So now that we have our processors done, I think the next thing we'll get into is like our 3x3 auto crafting. So let's go ahead and grab a bunch of molecular assemblers, hopefully. We'll probably need some crafting tables. Not something I keep on hand in massive amounts. Probably do a bunch of these later on, but for right now, we're just going to do 8. Let's go grab 8. I'll show you how I'm going to set them up here. I just don't want to spend all of the episode putting this stuff together. But anyway, let's go ahead and grab some more of this jazz. We need some more annihilation cores. And then grab 6 more of those. Oh, of course, we need more of the other ones now, the formation cores. We'll automate these recipes and everything, right? So I want to get everything automated so we can just like work with AE2 as much as we want really easily. So what we're going to do is set this puppy up. I'm going to set it up over here. I kind of decided already where to put them. It's probably going to be like right here, right? So that right there. So we have the line. I want them in between the elevators. Don't ask me why. It's just where I decided. But what we're going to do is take them, kind of checkerboard them. So it'll be like this and this. So you'll have interface here. Then you'll have interface, sorry, molecular assembler, then another interface. And then we're just going to go up and yeah, just checkerboard. And we're going to do this for high. And it's just a good little way of doing it. It's not the best way. There's much more efficient ways. But I'll kind of show it here in a second exactly why I do it like this. One, I can access all the sides, like everything. Because I can actually make this like a 3x3, a 4x4, set up all different ways. So these interfaces, the way they basically work with the molecular assemblers is these get the items. They hold the pattern. Same as before with the machines. Now, when they get the pattern, they disperse the jobs. So if I tell it to make, say, 10 crafting tables, it's going to be touching 4 molecular assemblers. So any molecular assembler that's touching on the side, it can send those jobs to simultaneously and use all 4 of those molecular assemblers. So that's kind of how that works there. And you can set them up so they like do jobs on every side. So I could have molecular assembler on 6 sides of this thing, but of course I can't go inside this and change anything, configure anything. I can't access it. So I usually set up these little pillars just so I can access everything. I mean, you can technically come in here and like change your recipes in here. Once we have recipe, it'll be listed actually once it's hooked up. And then change the recipes inside them, but you can't change the settings. I just like it like this for accessibility. And it's still fast enough. I mean, we can come back here and add 5 acceleration cards to every one of these molecular assemblers. They actually get pretty insanely fast after a while. So I don't really see a point of min-maxing them is basically what I'm trying to say. But anyway, we're going to come out here. We're just going to run some cable back. I'm going to have to make a whole bunch more of those facades. But that should be hooked up to the system now. So if we come out here now and look in here, we should have all those assemblers kind of listed. Now, each row of these is a singular interface. And these are going to hold all the recipes, right? So any in this one is going to do just one. And that's going to be able to access a set amount of molecular assemblers depending on where it is and where it gets placed. But we're going to go ahead and set up a couple recipes here. I think the first thing we probably would want to automate is patterns, right? So let's go to pattern. Let's go ahead and grab you. Let's actually look at a crafting grid. Did I have the patterns here? I had it on this side. Let's go grab you. Want to go back to crafting pattern. Then we're going to grab the pattern recipe. And we're just going to teach the system, hey, you know how to make patterns now. So I go in here, drop it off in there. Go ahead and go to pattern. Tell it to craft 10, just like that. Bam, done. Now, a problem with this is right now, when I go to make those patterns, so it did make the patterns. I have them right here, right? It's working. It's doing what it's supposed to. But I do not have quartz glass automated. So let's go ahead and work on that one. Quartz glass right there. Awesome. Have to teach it that recipe. Now, another problem is I don't have crushed quartz. So you kind of have to get all of the, you know, the whole line done to fully automate it. But once you do, it's done and it's beautiful. So it is a thing. And we're going to go through that. So to do the rest of the pattern for that, we need crushed quartz. So to do crushed quartz would be a crusher. So I guess we're switching over to a machine here. So let's go to an interface. Let's go ahead and grab that recipe. There we go. We'll also need a import bus on this one. It would be right there. It'd be import, right? Go ahead and grab you. Import bus. I can set all these recipes in a bit too, but I just want to get this done first. And then we'll need to set the recipe. So we'll have to grab some crushed quartz, which you go through a ton of this stuff. And some regular quartz, right? So grab you and you. Awesome. I just need to teach the system that one of these, let's go to processing. One of these equals 1 nether quartz. And there's a recipe. So we're good there. Now, the machine we could do that in, I believe, is the crusher. We can do that in crusher, I think. So we'll go to our elite crushing factory. Going to go to the top of it. Grab ourselves a ME interface, probably. And then pop it right here. Go ahead and just wrench that down so it's, you know, going in a single direction. I have cable right there, right? Yep. Just bring that up here. And then we just need to be able to tell the system to import this stuff when it's done. So I'll throw an importer on here and we'll just get this wired up. And this should be a working system right there. I just need to configure these mechanism machines because they like that. Let's turn off that side there. There we go. We'll do input and back would be output. And that should be good to go. We just need to kind of get the recipe here. What's it doing? Oh, I already had Fluix in here. I was doing it earlier. It's just pulling it all in the system. So that's good. We should set the crushing recipe for the Fluix as well, actually. So let's go Fluix. Go ahead and do you. And one of you. Cool. Then we'll go ahead and actually set the recipe. So one of these equals one of those. Cool. And there we go. We have yet another one. And we should be able to automate those recipes really easy now. I mean, just straight up auto-craft them. So if I want crushed quartz now, so I go to quartz, go there, go to, what is it, shift and middle click, tell it to make 10. Click start, watch it. There you go. It's being made. It's being imported. That is fully automated. And we can speed it up so it can like pull those items out quicker later on. But right now, that's good enough. It can do that stuff. So that is the thing. Now, I didn't teach it that glass recipe yet, have I? Oh, I did. So I can tell it now. Say if I want to make, you know, not that much. Let's go, how many? Let's make 50. Tell it to make all that. It should be able to get through that glass, no problem now. Because one, it has quartz. If it didn't have the quartz, it'd be able to query it from that machine. So those are taken care of. Let's get rid of you. Let's get rid of you. I want to kind of handle them one at a time here. So another recipe I'd like to do is probably these ones here. Let's go ahead and go to the buses. Let's go to, what would it be? It'd be at app bus. Why is my caps on? So we're going to be using these a lot. So these export buses and stuff. So we're going to have to teach it pistons. Oh, I'm crafting pistons, man. That's totally wrong. Let's go back over here. Let's teach it a piston. That's good. Cool. If it's a crafting recipe too, you don't have to do, you know, the layout. You can just shift click it in, which is nice. Import bus. Let's go ahead and grab sticky piston. That's awesome. Get that one. That should handle that. Actually, I'm going to fix this one too. You notice there, it can use slime. In slime, it can use different kinds of slime. So you click this little button here, and then I'm going to redo the recipe just like that. You'll see they're using substitutions, meaning it can use any kind of slime that's in the system. It's just good for certain ones where you want to be able to use numerous materials, which is pretty cool there. But once we have that done, we just do that. Actually, I want to turn off substitutions on that one. Sometimes it causes issues as well, so you want to be a little careful with it. If your recipe isn't working, you have the stuff, just mess around with that setting with the recipe. But anyway, that's good there. That's good there. And now we should be able to make those no problem. Now the storage buses, we need to teach it interfaces. So let's do that. Let's do you. Then I'd also want to teach it the, what is it? Interface here, right? Interface. Let's go to, oh, it's right up there. Let's teach it also the annihilation cores and the formation cores. So we're actually getting a lot of recipes here kind of done all at once. So that's good there. Now we should be able to take all those recipes now, throw them into here, right? So I could just go down, down, down. Let's just keep going down here. Throw one in a different molecular assembler. Like I said, it just makes it a little quicker. Go, there we go. And now we should be able to go ahead and say if I want a interface, right? Oh, not up there. Let's go up here. Interface. Bam, we'll pull that out. Doesn't matter. Go ahead and tell it to make, like, I know, another 6. And it should be able to just craft them. So let's check it out. Made them no problem, and that's already taken care of. So we already taken care of that. What else we taken care of here? We did quartz glass. We need to do the nether seed. We need to be able to do those pure nether quartz for the processors. So I should probably get that recipe done. That looks good there. So let's go ahead and do that. Already knows how to do the crush, so we don't have to worry about that part. So we just go ahead and drop off that recipe right there. And then we have to do the pures. And I forget where that was done. That one's done in the enrichment. So we'll have to go ahead and grab some of those seeds, right? So let's tell it to craft 1, which will actually make 2. Right there. Sweet. And then the recipe will be for the pures. So let's go grab some pures right there. Awesome. And I guess we only need one of this for the recipe, right? So we'll go ahead and clear that out. This one will be a machine processing. So one of these seeds equals one of those. And then we'll have to go automate the processing. So let's go to applied. We'll be able to make a import bus. Awesome. And that should be everything, right? That should be good. Okay, so enriching. Let's go find that. So that's crushing. There's the enriching. Go ahead and throw an interface on top of this one. Awesome. Go ahead and just aim that downwards just to keep everything clean. Set up the cable on the back as per usual. Here we go. Go ahead and grab our import bus and import things from the back again. And we should be good. Just pump the recipe in, right? And then set the sides. So you can see here, it's actually really easy. You just have to be a little meticulous with it because you can mess it up really easy. It's easy to mess up your recipes and go, oh, what'd I do wrong? The one thing I always do is I always forget to switch this button all the time. I'm really bad for that. But anyway, let's go to some pures here. Bam. If I want to make 10 now, should be able to craft it. Make sure everything's working. There we go. I was also doing a bunch of titanium plate, but that'll just get pulled in there. A lot of these machines too, I'm going to leave the auto sort actually off. The reason for that is it'll make it a little slower when it's doing singular materials. I guess I'll change it depending on what I'm doing. But it'll be able to handle numerous recipes. So if I have like 5 automated recipes in here, I'm crafting a bunch of stuff automatically. It'll be able to do, say, the seeds and something else, right? Probably be a better way of doing it. Or I guess, I mean, both ways make sense. I guess both ways make sense. I guess I'll change it on the fly as needed. We're getting a little low on patterns, so let's go ahead and make like 100 of them. And then kind of just watch the system here. Kind of see how fast it goes. Yeah, this doesn't even have speed upgrades yet. I do need to make acceleration cards and stuff. But it's already going at a real good pace. So that is pretty awesome. So I can basically just grab those now, pop them in there. And let's go make these recipes, actually. Let's go do the cards. So the cards are easy. So that is, which one's that? That is the basic. There's also an advanced, so let's grab that. Then I always do capacity cards. I'm going to grab them. There's crafting cards, but they're really laggy in the last bit. So I'm not going to touch them. Last few times I've touched AE. So I'm not going to go around those. But anyway, we'll do that there. Let's hit and put these recipes in here. So that, and that. I also need to actually teach it sugarcane, right? Sugar. Let's do sugar, because I have not taught it that yet. Go ahead and sugar right here. There we go. Awesome. One more recipe. Just getting all the base stuff, man. Once you get through this base stuff, it just really falls together. It just kind of comes together, right? And everything just gets so much easier. And you start like locking down exactly what you need to automate, right? So that is pretty cool. That should be a bunch of acceleration cards there. That is awesome. There we go. Maybe I'll make a little more of those. Let's do like another 30. Let's do that there. Let's just make all the acceleration cards. I could probably speed up all of our molecular assemblers right now, actually. That's what I'm thinking. Let's go ahead and grab you and you. There we go. Then I could probably just hand these puppies now. Just make them go really quickly. Then the crafting will even get faster, right? So there. Maybe. Let's pop you. Oh, I did get you in there. It did not look like it for a split second to me. I think it's just my eyes being, well, my eyes. Anyway, that's good there. Let's try patterns now. I'm just curious now. If I go to pattern now, here to this, that, tell it to make, let's just do 50 this time. Something like that. Awesome. Yeah, it's going way faster. It's just flying. It's getting them done. And it's just finished just like that. So that is awesome. We can speed that up really good now. We still need to do fluids, actually. Let's grab redstone. I guess that's our last main component, right? So let's go do that real quick. It's going to be really easy in this pack. Usually you have to do a whole setup. But in this pack, it's be super easy. So let's do that. We'll also need a importer. Go ahead and grab them. I must have forgot my storage bus too. I didn't do this, did I? Let's go ahead and, I just crafted that like a derp. Anyway. Let's go ahead and do that right there. There we go. I meant to do the storage buses. I use those all the time because, well, that's how you tell the system where stuff's at. It's kind of important. But importer, let's go ahead and grab that there. And we should be able to automate this super quickly. So that's going to be done. We're going to do in this one, the alloy furnace. It's actually the easiest way to do it. So let's go ahead and toss it right here. Aim that down. I'll have to get a line of fluix up here, which I should be able to do right here, right? So that's cool. Awesome. Bring that across again. And I guess we'll just link it up to the interface. Give it a import bus. And this one, we don't even have to set sides. One of the reasons I really like this way. And we actually have to make the recipe. So let's go do that there. So this recipe will be processing. Be 1 redstone, 1 mineral equals a fluix. So just do that. Cool. And then this should be done. That's just one more of the main materials for the mod taken care of. And that's actually the last one for the main materials, I think, other than singularities. And singularities, I don't even know if we'll get into in this pack. But fluix, right? Let's test it out. Fluix. Wanted to make 60 of that now, maybe. There we go. Sweet. And yeah, it's just flying. There we go. Cool. And then I can speed this up now, right? Because we have the accelerations. So bam. And that's going to be able to import things, no problem. Oh, there's also stack upgrades too, isn't there? Stack. Is it these ones? Is that an AE thing? Or is that a refined storage thing only? Let's go here. Let's go to applied. Can't remember if we could do stack upgrades with these ones. Crafting, fuzzy, inverter, acceleration. No, I'm not seeing stack upgrades. That's unfortunate. That must be a refined storage thing. Anyway, that's cool. Let's go ahead and pop you off. We did you, and you, and you. So the last thing we really need to do now is our bigger storage cells and then our actual crafting storage. So we can do more, I guess, bigger, more complicated CPUs. So let's go ahead and get that done there. We will need one of each of these components to kind of craft it. It's a little funky like that. So how would I do this? I would do, I guess let's do you first. Go down here. Go ahead and do, am I on the right screen? I am. Let's go ahead and grab let's not do it like that. Crafting coprocessor. Then we'd also want to do the coprocessing unit. We can do that one right away. Then the 4K, can we do that? We don't have a component. So that's what we're running into. So let's actually do these here. The that is the wrong one. Why do I have my spatials? So I have the 1K. Let's go back here. Let's go to applied. So let's teach it the components first. So I guess we'd come down here. We'll teach it this one. This will be used in like a bunch of different recipes. So it's good to do it this way. Go ahead and teach it the 4K. Then we'll need to do 16K, which I probably don't have one of those. So let's actually drop off these ones here. So we'll just go that and that. Then we'll tell it to make some 4Ks, right? And we can tell it to just make like 3. There we go, maybe 3, like that. Sweet. Awesome. And then we should have everything we need to tell it to make a 16K, right? So we do that. We'll drop that one off. Awesome. Then we'll teach it to make, or I guess tell it to make a 16K. There we go. We'll just make 3. There we go. Awesome. And then we can finally make our 64K ME component. Awesome. And then we have that. So that handles all the components. They're going to be used in this and storage drive. So the crafting storage and them. So it was good to kind of do it this way. So the 1K storage cell, we can just teach them the rest there. I guess all willy-nilly. We just go 1K ME now. Bam. Do the 4K. Also really good. We go straight to 16K, which is awesome. And then we can jump to 64s. Cool. And these ones just hold like the same amount of items. So still 63K items, or sorry, 63 items, but massive amounts of those 63 items is basically how that works. And then on these ones, we had the coprocessors, right? Then we'll do the 4K, 16K, and then the 64K. There we go. I don't think there's a 1K for that, right? And then we're just done, man. We just finished it. We just cleared a list. We just cleared the board of everything I want to set auto crafting for. And that was pretty sweet because we already have a big jump on AE2 here, like a massive jump. We have tons of stuff. So if I want to go here now and make a 64K, usually these are a lot of work, right? But if I want to make another, say, 4 of them, can I just like craft it? I should be able to. And there you go. It's just going to kind of pump through that. It's going to process all the materials, make all the components, use a lot of stuff there. But at the same time, I mean, it's not really a big deal. We just kind of crafted it all simultaneously, and bam, they're done. And okay, I think I'm actually going to wrap this one up here. So as always, if you guys like this video, please hit that like button. If you really liked it, hit that subscribe button. It is always appreciated. I want you guys all have a good one. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.